Fox News Alert, a major breakthrough in one of the most mysterious mass shootings in American history. After 6 days of no leads, investigators believe they've identified the Brown shooter, and they now have a warrant out for his arrest. The shooter's still at large. He's armed and dangerous. Police just found the suspect's car in Salem, New Hampshire. They've set up a perimeter outside of the warehouse where his car was parked, and they just entered the building. The car's a Nissan Sentra that he had rented. Police were flagged when his car tripped an alert crossing state lines into New Hampshire. We're also told he swapped plates on the vehicle. Sources on the ground tell us he could be barricaded inside, alive, dead, we don't know. Or he could have flown the coop. North of Salem is dark New England forest for miles. Salem's just 45 minutes driving north of Brookline, where police believe he shot and killed an MIT professor on Monday. Investigators are looking for a possible connection between the shooting at Brown and MIT. More on that later. So why is this coming together so slowly? Well, this morning we found out what the hard evidence was that police discovered at the scene of the crime.
They have live rounds. That is, rounds that were not fired, undetonated rounds. The perpetrator has to fat finger those rounds, bullets, into a magazine, which is the sleeve that holds them. Live rounds at this scene, I think, is a hopeful sign for getting usable DNA, even if he's not in the database. Remember, they can use that familial DNA technique that we saw in the Koberger case. It gets to a cousin or something, you work back from there.
Providence PD confirmed the live rounds with traces of DNA. They ran the forensics, and police think they have a suspect. The question is, how did it take 6 days to run DNA off a shell casing at the crime scene? That should have been done in the first 24 hours. We also finally got a look inside of the room where the shooting happened. The classroom has no windows, and one side of the room is a brick wall. There's a door where the shooter may have come in from, or perhaps there's another door we just don't know. And we still don't know how many students were in the room. Eyewitnesses and reports say anywhere between 20 and 60. And police still haven't interviewed all of them or even know who they are. Yesterday, the police were zeroing in on this second person, remember, who was in the proximity to the suspect. Well, new surveillance shows the gunman may have walked right by the guy.
This is where the primary person of interest, the believed to be gunman, is walking, turning the corner on Cook. At that moment, the second person they're now looking for is walking down this sidewalk also. You then see the gunman run around this corner in this surveillance video, and he hides behind those trees here against the fence. You lose him a little bit, but then you get him again, and you see him run again. And the reason why he runs again is because that second person that they're looking for makes it to this corner. So when that person makes it to this corner, the suspected gunman bolts down Benevolent Street.
Police have now identified the second person. They've interviewed him, and it's ridiculous. We'll tell you all about it in a minute. Well, here's what we know. The last known whereabouts of the shooter was around 4:15 Saturday afternoon. He was seen walking by a Brown University campus police car, which they don't have dash cams in. And then he dropped from the face of the earth. Where'd he go? Well, today, investigators feel like they're hot on his trail. Police believe that the Brown shooter may have also been involved in the shooting of Nuno Loureiro, the MIT nuclear scientist who was murdered in the hallway of his condo late Monday night in Massachusetts. His wife found him dead in the hall and called 911. Earlier this week, the Providence police chief told us this had no MIT connection.
An MIT professor died early this morning from gunshot wounds. Does that incident have any potential connection to this investigation?
Not that we know of, no.
Investigators seem to have changed their tune the past 24 hours. Now, Brookline, Massachusetts is about a 90-minute drive straight up 95 north from Providence. So why drive an hour and a half to kill a random professor after spraying a bunch of kids at a Brown lecture hall? Both shootings now seem kind of personal. We know MIT professor was studying cutting-edge technology. Listen.
I'm Nuno Loureiro. I'm a professor at MIT. My main appointment is in nuclear science and engineering. I have a joint appointment in the physics department. I'm also director of MIT's Plasma Science and Fusion Center, which is an umbrella research center at MIT for all the plasma and fusion-related activities that we do on campus.
The professor was at the forefront of fusion research so groundbreaking, the Biden administration gave the professor an award. Fusion's a form of energy that could transform how the world economy runs. It's a big part of the Trump agenda. So does this line of work have anything to do with the murder? We don't know. We know it wasn't random. The professor is Portuguese. He wasn't born in the United States. He came into the United States 9 years ago. Initial reports speculated that the professor was Jewish, but we haven't seen any evidence telling us that's true. Did the shooter know the professor? And what was the connection to Brown? Was the shooter a student, a former student? The professor was involved in engineering. The Brown building was an engineering building. There's a lot we still don't know. But if Brown had a better security posture, cameras, guards, police may have apprehended the shooter before he made it up to kill the professor. Police suffered a major setback when they arrested the wrong guy Saturday night. They lost valuable time, and then they got the DNA off the shell casing late. Would this have prevented the murder of the MIT professor? Maybe. And we're waiting for a press conference to give us an answer. Providence officials initially scheduled a press conference today for 4 o'clock, but they pushed it back, and then it's gone dark. The longer this goes on, the scarier it gets.
It's disconcerting to think that the potential murderer was right here. Just this morning, there was a car that was just kind of idling on the street for half an hour with a guy inside, and and it was kind of we were thinking would maybe that would be weird anytime, but it was more unsettling now than it would have been.
Click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You won't get it anywhere else.